We have been learning the games, like I was explaining to you, and our personal experience. We believe the games which are good to practice are like chess, right? Which we played in the song, right? And the magnetic dolls also to learn how to um, dress, right? And um, what to combine colors, styles, and what you should use according to your age. We have the Rubik's, right? And we have the doll, the anatomic doll, right? Which has all the all the parts and everything, right? We have the jackies, right? Those are the ones we haven't played. I'm gonna play today, but we have the doll for the human body, and it has everything single single the bone, right? And it has the digestive system by itself, and it has the circulatory, it has the urinary system just by itself and all the explanation, and it has the circulatory system, right? And it has the respiratory system, and it has the muscular system, and it has the nervous system all the way to the back. And it's a very nice doll. It's a very complete, and it has physiology and anatomy together. And it's nice to play with it as you are learning the boot camp of medicine at home. And we're saying, right, last time that we have been learning to play the smart games, right? Because all these things you can sit down where you don't really bother anybody, right? And just work through it, as we've been telling you that you can. And we have the jacks, right? The jacks over here, right? And there are some things like stars, right? Something like stars, and some of them come in plastic and some of them are metal. And these are nice to play because he provides when you are picking up the body, right, of the jacks. Cuando decimos que estamos hablando, ¿verdad?, de que los jueguitos inteligentes que se pueden practicar toda la vida, ¿verdad?, que hemos aprendido desde nuestra niñez con otros niños, nuestros hermanitos, ¿verdad?, la gente que andaba por ahí, ¿verdad? Donde jugando ajedrez, ¿verdad?, competencias de ajedrez, chess competitions, the fashion designing that we learned at the workshop at school, how to make clothes, whatever you were able to work with, whether with patterns and paper or whether with fabric, right? Because usually people learn the fabrics, right? And what to do with it, because not all the fabrics are good for to work with certain patterns. You will be surprised what kind of clothes will come up from the workshop for making clothes, trying to make and design something beautiful, and eventually nothing like that comes out. So these are jacks, and you can find them in the store, right? To sit down and play this quarantine with your friends, right? You can play chess with your friends. You can share one side with two, and share the other one with another two persons, right? You can make a team. It's really nice to make a teams all the time, because to make friends forever is something very important, right? The same thing like magnetic dolls or paper dolls, because you can do all kinds of things. You can imagine and draw on little pattern blouses, where you can just put the magnet on, and exchange so many kinds of designs. And the Rubik's, like I was telling you, you'll take your time trying to figure out, right, to give it to a person who can just mix it, right? And as you see they move their hands, do your best to back up all the steps the person worked on, right? This is good for the memory also. There are so many, those Rubik's are in one single layer, and the two layer, and the three and the four layer. And there are so many others, many beautiful shapes of birds and sky and stars and all kinds of things. The idea to work with the Rubik's is that you can play with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players, right? And usually you end up finding only two willing to play with you because everybody's doing always many things. Y decimos que hemos aprendido todos estos jueguitos, ¿verdad? Tenemos, como le estábamos diciendo, el muñeco del cuerpo humano, ¿verdad? Con todo detalle por detalle, los huesitos, el aparato digestivo, circulatorio, el respiratorio, ¿verdad? Y que siempre es muy bueno repasar las cosas cuando está en serio queriendo hacer su bootcamp o su entrenamiento desde muy temprana edad, ¿verdad? Para los ganadores, generalmente siempre encontramos que cosas del refrigerador, ¿verdad? For the winners, we usually find things from the refrigerator, a tangerine, some pineapple pie, or whatever you can find, right? Usually we don't give anything. Generalmente no le damos nada a los que juegan en la casa, porque they will, I mean, what else they want to have, right? They have all the glory to know that they were the winners, and that's a great deal. ¿Qué más quieren, verdad? Generalmente no les damos nada de regalos si ganan, porque pues ¿qué más quieren si se llevan toda la gloria de saber que ellos son los ganadores, ¿verdad? Y so, it's just a big deal, the winner, a win is just one, right? And everybody's just saying, oh my, you're so smart, you really won, and above, oh, you're the greatest, right? And what else? I mean, that's the present, right? Just right there, that people get emotional and they say, well, thank you very much, you win, and you're the winner. And we expect that you're going to win all the time, and you get very smart next time, and you practice at home to be faster, and that way you can go, not to beat up anybody, but just to go ahead a little bit from somebody who is really able, right? And so that's how you get into these things, to be fast, to wake up, and to prepare yourself for challenges, right? And so right here we have this ball, right? And a lot of people let the ball like this, and they just go like that, right? But when people let the ball go like this, it's more like you're gonna catch up and save money, and just do what you can as fast as you can, and just get done with the game, right? Enjoying and nicely and everything. But when you do something like this, when you grab it like this, and you go with your hand, which we already messed up, right? The ball went everywhere, and we don't know what else to do but just to go and find out where the ball ended up, because everything has their strategy. And we're gonna start. The idea is to get the ball up, right? And to grab a jack like that, and just bring it on the side, and without moving the pieces, which is going to be something really hard on on this time at 1, it had to be just bounced once, right? Without moving any piece. And I'm thinking, which one can I get without moving anything, right? And it has to take some, the hand has to have the train to move it and not move any jack, right? And so it's going to be something very impossible. It's hard, and if it moves, the next player takes the step, right? Usually when the person has a lot of experience, no jack is moved, and you can move on to the next one, and if you do, the next game it starts because you haven't lost step, right? But let us see how we can do this. And I move the green, and the next one it has to move. The idea is that you finish, right, with all the jacks without moving anything, right? And I move it just bounced twice. And the next, when everybody has a turn, right, nobody wins, right? Because the next step is the other one. Is when you bounce the ball once and put the jack on the hand on this one, right? And so you bounce it once and gets the jack over here, right there. And then the other one and put it back down, right? And then the other one, right? And we go to the same thing. That some of the players are the ones who are gonna drop the jacks. They probably make it impossible, and they just grab the jacks, and just to make it interesting, they just do something like that, right? And then you have to have one and do not move anything, just in one bounce. It's almost impossible, but you have to make it, right? And you just go over here without moving anything. You just can't make it. The thing is that the second hand is when you have to grab 2 jacks in one bounce of the ball, right? And so you have to grab 2 jacks. We have 2 over here. Let's see if we can make it. Yes, we can. And we have 2, and then another 2, right? And then another 2. Ouch! And so even though if you look like you almost grab the ball and you lose it, you eventually lose it, right? But let me get this 2, and I moved that, and I got this almost, right? I made one mistake. And then you go and you have to take 3 jacks, right? You have to take 3 jacks, and I moved, and this one just falls in place, and it's not easy. And you can, it's going to be not easy at all, but let's grab this 3, and we grab 3, and we have, and this one over here, and so far away, but you'll be surprised that you can make it. We were when we just to play all the stuff, right? And we were able to figure out how to do it, and how to grab all the stuff, and eventually, like over here there are 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and over here there are 4, and it's the time for 4. Yeah, but I moved this one over here. Anyways, let us see if we can make this other ones over here, since there's nobody around who were able to play with me the jacks, and I just have 2, right? And I play them, and then the time comes when you have to put 5 of them, and how can you do that? Everything, since you want to be the winner, right? You say, if I have 4 over here, right, and 1 over there, more like to make the hardest part over here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Or probably I can just get this ones over here, 4, and that one, to win that away and get that out of the way, and take my chances to perhaps gather the orange. The one is you don't see it, but it's a little bit far away. And all these 4 that I have over here, right? But no, we have to make it safe to be the winner, right? And just figure it out that you have to take the the hardest part at the beginning, but then you think if you make it hard for you, you make it easy for the other to win. So what can you do, right? Is then you think about what are you gonna do, and most of the people usually do the easiest part because nobody's gonna do the hard part. And if nobody does the hard part, and if you are fast, you're gonna be able to do it, and then you're gonna be the winner, right? But since the easy thing is over here, obviously we're gonna get this one up, and I lose this one, right? And I don't know where did I drop the fifth one. Went all the way back there, which means that I didn't do it, and somebody else is gonna come over. And this one is not easy to get, but let's see. Just you know, since I really believe that in one bounce, so a lot of people cheat, right? Because they do, oh, I'm gonna just do that, right? And they go with the hand all the way here, and when they go all the way here, the ball drops, and it takes obviously a little bit of more time, right? But if you don't know, right, that this is one of the things that this height or how high the ball has to go, a lot of girls, they just do the best just to collect all the pieces because it's not easy to get. You know, eventually comes the time that you have to bring them all, right? Actually 6, right? It's gonna be 5, 6, right? And you have to bring 6, 3 and 3, right? You bring the 6, and they don't even fit in your the palm of your hand, and so everything falls in place. So you have to be ready to receive the 6 jacks, right? And therefore it's just right there, and the 6 jacks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and see, it's not easy, right? But anyways, let us just think that we did it, right? 6, and then we got the rest one. They just believe that we made it, right? Because these jacks are for to have fun. They're bigger, and just to have all the people around the house and play with it. And if you cannot make it, somebody else is gonna make it, and you laugh and you play games, and you never get tired, right? Eventually, the time comes that you have to put all the jacks in your hand, right? And you have to go and grab. And that's the way to play jacks, right? Así es como se juegan los jackies, right? Levantarlos en la mano y ponerlos. Hay otra, la tercer nivel, ¿verdad? Que es poner una casita, ¿verdad? Poner una casita y poner una casita y levantar el jack, ¿verdad? En un bounce, nada más, en un bounce, y meter el jack para adentro cuando cachas la pelota, ¿verdad? O sea, vienes a hacer como algo así como pones la casita, ¿verdad? Es una casita, casi no se ve, pero se pone la casita y levantas así, una vez nada más, una vez, right? Y luego siguen 2, ¿verdad? Luego vuelves ya cuando acabas con todas metidas adentro de la casita, buscas 2, ¿verdad? Y las metes en un bounce y las metes adentro de la casita. Y sigues agarrando 2, y luego ya cuando acabas, whenever you're finished, that you're putting all the 2 jacks inside of that little house, because you make a house like this where the jack is going to be taken, right, as you bounce the ball. And then when it comes the time of 2, right? And then 3, and then 4, and then 5, and then 6, and whatever. It's as many jacks you have is the way it is. And 3 levels is the one we work on with all of them one by one, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5. And it helps the people to learn how to count numbers, right? And it's something really nice. So this coronavirus and quarantine time, right? All these games are good to play, like the chess, the Rubik's, the human body doll, the jackies, right? And you can give a prize today. We're gonna have the tangerine and the pineapple pie to the winners, right? Since I'm the one who is here, whether I win or not, I'm the one who's gonna eat the tangerine and the pineapple pie. So I hope you have enjoyed and played at home all this time, right, and help you out and to stay away from stress and all the things that people don't need to have, because life is good if you make it good. And if there is a way to be happy, let us just be happy. Bye bye.